William is one of the most iconic racetracks in the world. Proud host to nearly 2 decades of World Cup action and to the sport's most committed and hardcore fans. Where better then to start the 2024 season of the UCI Mountain Bike Downhill World Cup than right here on this brute of a course in the outdoors capital of the UK.
The start hut now drops in from beside the cafe atop Annickmore. And then it is a bullet fast but extremely rocky, choppy run down to the woods off the top. Red Bull road gaps in there, as is the big dune, the big fast sweeping turns after it. The new Hazard Hoofer. Big river gap, 12 metres or so. The Shimano motorway section's been revamped as well. Into the event, Scotland Wall, and then the finish, and it really is the length, 2.9 kilometres long, Fort William. And we'll rejoin the goat, picking his way across the Highland hillside.
Oh, good to see it again. There we go. Yeah, so cool to see Greg back up to form. Like you said, a little pep in his step, it seems like this year. Kind of some renewed energy. Oh, a little inside.
Oh, Menard down hard into that right-hand corner. Just got taken out by something. Front wheel left the chat.
Yeah, that was a weird one. He went inside in that left-hander, and I was like, wow, he's kind of getting out of the bumps. But if you go inside there, it really doesn't leave you with much room because you got to set up for that next corner straight away. We'll kind of fade a little wide out of that corner there, but it's nice. But yeah, big investment from the team. I think they,
Kerr down hard just before that left-hander. That was a big off. What's caught him out there, Aaron, do you think?
I think we can expect a strong ride from Matt Walker, though.
As Matt Walker leaves the start hut, I can just give you an update that Jordan Williams slung his goggles into the crowd and hit somebody right in the head who wasn't waiting for goggles to land on.
Outside line there, kind of straight in.
Yeah, he's faster. Nearly 4/10 faster from Matt Walker now. Walker into the woods.
He was looking really strong in those turns. Such a hard thing to make good speed out of them.
It's going to be a close one.
His teammate Greg Williamson set to drop in later on. The split at the top goes green. So what is Matt Walker going to do?
He trains so hard, so you know he's got the fitness.
Matt Walker crosses the line and goes fastest by 4/10 of a second in Fort William.
Yeah.
Look at what it means to him.
Let's go, boy. Yeah, a bit of a relief there.
Watch out.
Does he get it?
No, they saw that one coming. Yeah, that was fine.
Man, this would be a huge run for him if he could pull it off. He's going to be stoked.
Absolutely perfect through there. Goes a little bit higher on the wall right to pump for more speed. Loses 3/10 of a second, though, moving backwards into the red.
Get those pumps, land a little deep.
The big G iron is moving, and he's back in the lead again. 3/10 of a second now, Williamson. Moves in towards it. Greg Williamson over the penultimate jump, dips down in towards the finish area. Set to hit the final jump. Here comes Greg Williamson over the line, and Greg Williamson goes fastest in Fort William. The Scottish crowd go mad. 2/10 of a second faster than Loris Bergier. Greg Williamson, congratulated by Matt Walker at the bottom. And he's faster as well, 3/10 of a second faster than Williamson. So
that's good. That's kind of been his struggle in the past.
Big inside there as well.
Lighting that turn up is getting out of the gate strong. He's one of those riders that tends to just build as the course goes on. Super strong. Maybe the only rider in the pits that you won't hear complaining about his hands hurting on a track like this. This is going to be, he's extending.
2.3 seconds at the third split now. Dakota Norton. Can he get his first UCI Downhill World Cup win? He was 10th at the UCI World Championships here last summer. Where is he going to stack up this year? First place for Dakota Norton. 1.7 seconds faster than Greg Williamson.
Attaboy.
How's that for margins? Williamson can't believe it. Look at that.
Yeah, what a shot. No place like Fort William.
There is definitely not. Austin Dooley.
Oh, no.
Oh, I did see a big puff of something there from that aerial shot, and I hoped it was just dirt, but there's not a lot of dirt left up there amongst the rocks, so that might have been what sealant was in that rear tyre off Dooley's.
Man, what a bummer. Still a great weekend for him, but
is finding a way to demolish them. It's always been this way. It's always been this tough in Fort William.
Yeah. Yeah, you see kind of how resilient you have to be in this sport, man. I mean, he just came off of his best ride ever.
Full factory setup with the national champ sleeve on. Luke Meyer-Smith just needs a UCI Downhill World Cup win now.
Yeah, it's cool to see the different styles. You kind of see a couple guys like Dakota and these guys just kind of moving around a lot to get out of every bump. Luke's just kind of choosing to run the main as fast as he can.
Jumps cleanly across those routes, goes low in that turn, makes it work for him, then spit. Oh, goes right and just went slightly too high.
Man.
And that's a big impact from Luke Meyer-Smith.
I was just going to say, I haven't seen anybody go inside in that left and be able to hold it all the way around and not eventually fade wide.
Oh.
It was really nice, but it does put you in a position to be really tight for that next right-hander. Yeah, kind of a little bit similar styles, too. They're both real good on the pedal, super kind of clean, efficient, tidy riders. Yeah. It actually looks like Luke he's pushing pretty hard here. Don't often see him kind of sliding around. He knows that's what he needs to do, kind of find that limit. Nice straight line to the outside there.
Lucas Shaw really aggressive. Over to the rider's right-hand side, jumps across that little gap in the woods. Being as tough as ever, and Aaron, really weather conditions. We've got the best of them so far.
Yeah, this is a all-star day at Fort William. Couldn't ask for much more than this.
Big whip landed perfectly by Lucas Shaw.
Yeah, again, look how tight the times are. We're talking about half a second, second max with these last couple of riders.
And this is a man with plenty of reserves of horsepower to empty the tank now. He's 8/10 outside of what we have seen riders turn it around in this last split. Lucas Shaw heading towards the finish area. Off the final jump, crosses the line and goes into second place. Half a second behind Dakota Norton. It's America 1-2. Loïc Bruni. Specialized Gravity, the French national champion, the reigning UCI Downhill World Cup overall title holder, sets off to try and break his bogey track. Fort William has never been kind to this man. Is this the year he finally rights the wrongs?
I'm curious to see what happens this run, because there's a lot of energy to put into one of those runs, and I don't know if he backed off a little bit. I mean, obviously the semi was still very competitive in third. Really fast time, but you kind of almost feel like he was maybe saving a little more in the tank for today.
Clips the pole on his way through there. Bruni swings left.
Man, look at that split.
1 second faster at the first split for Loïc Bruni. Yeah, he got it done the hard way last year, Loïc Bruni, with that title.
Yeah, I think the results didn't quite show where he was at. He did win the championship, but it was, I think he had more wins in him. So if this year goes a little smoother, oh yeah, man, this is a big run.
That is 2.7 seconds faster for Loïc Bruni.
That is a lot of time on this track.
158 beats per minute, 6 times a UCI Downhill World Champion. Last year was his 3rd World Cup overall title, and what a way to start this season. 2.7 seconds up at the second split in Fort William. Multiple suspension modes on that bike, so he will have a setup for these jumps to stiffen things up to carry the maximum speed. He just needs to get the wheels set down the right place and get on the pedals. 165 beats per minute now. Bruni now heads down towards the line. There's not much more he can do apart from this final jump. Is Loïc Bruni gonna go into the hot seat in Fort William?
Deep.
Bruni takes the lead by 3 seconds from Dakota Norton. That is how you start a title defense. Loïc Bruni punches the air. He's not done it that often in Fort William. That one felt good.
Yeah, what a run. Wow.
Finn Isles, who he took the UCI overall points leader's jersey off last season on his route to that title. 168 beats per minute, 172 beats per minute. Now Isles up high to the rider's right.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, that's what's tricky about this track. If you go for it at the top, there's time there. But as we've been talking about, it's a lot of work. He's already into the 170s heart rate-wise. Now you've just got to maintain that for about 4 minutes. I love watching Finn ride. He commits to the turn so hard, kind of leans in with his head.
1.8 back, so the pressure being turned on by Loïc Bruni here in finals in Fort William. And Finn Isles at the minute doesn't have an answer for it.
Yeah, a little off the back, but he's fighting for second right now. still very much in it. These are those rides too. It's like you get somebody like Bruni that everything clicks on the right day. It's like, just go ahead and take your second place. It's going to be a long year, a lot of races coming up.
One of the riders to beat this season, but you just get the feeling that he mightn't have got enough in the tank to beat his teammate today. Finn Isles crosses the line and goes into second place. It's a Specialized Gravity 1-2 as things stand with only one rider left at the top. Troy Brosnan then. He's looked fast. Another bike equipped with that RockShox flight attendant adjustable suspension system. 2.2 back though. That's ominous. That's a lot, Aaron.
Yeah, it is. You could see him really good straight direct line, but I mean, that was what Loïc did to everybody else, right? It was like, oh, maybe, and then he just all of a sudden was 2 seconds up on everybody. So he really did something special in that second split.
Yeah, he just kept going, didn't he, Bruni? Superb part of it. Few can pedal like him, so
yeah,
if he can keep this going, 56 kilometers an hour through the speed trap from Troy Brosnan as he heads down into the jumps. Brosnan, just drifts out slightly wide. I wonder if he just got in the kitty there.
He's pulling back more.
He's pulled back even more time. 1.7 now is the gap.
Yeah, watch this boy on the pedals here. He can give her.
Brosnan, tasting blood, heads down towards the finish line. Is it going to be enough to beat Loïc Bruni here today? Troy Brosnan going for a victory 10 years apart. Troy Brosnan goes second in Fort William. Loïc Bruni wins the opening UCI Downhill World Cup of the season at a track that has never been kind to him. Bruni puts a few ghosts to bed with that one. Finn Isles has to settle for third. Troy Brosnan's got past him in second. What a result that is. Bruni from Brosnan, Isles, then it's Dakota Norton, Lucas Shaw in 5th place. 2 American riders on the podium, Aaron. You should do some more commentary.
Yeah, yeah, great day for those boys, but man, what can you say?
That's a statement of intent from Loïc Bruni.
I'd be curious to talk to him, and that looked like about as perfect of a run as you can get, and on a track that he's had so many struggles with over the year, to pull that together.
I knew I could do it one day or the other, and this weekend I was a little bit struggling with the wet, and then today they had the clouds held on, so no rain. I was like, okay, this is the opportunity or never, you know. I was feeling strong, the bike was good, I felt everything was perfect for it, so I pushed everywhere. I was super physically not fresh at the bottom, but I gave it all, and I'm so happy. That's such an achievement for me, and I'm over the moon, and I'm so happy. You have no idea.
There aren't many places that you get to say his first win, but this one has taken some doing. Loïc Bruni kicks off his title defence in some style in the Highlands of Scotland. Bruni celebrates ahead of Brosnan, Isles, Norton and Shaw, your top 5 at the UCI World Cup in Fort William. There we are then. Bruni wins by 1.8 seconds ahead of Troy Brosnan. Finn Isles third, Dakota Norton superb in 4th, as was Lucas Shaw in 5th. Then it's Coulange, Williamson up in 7th. Here are the standings. Bruni from Brosnan by 35 points. Then it's Isles, Shaw, Norton, the top 5. Coulange, Williamson, Kolb, Vergier, Walker round out the top 10.